Hello, my friends. My name is Sierra, and today I'm your host of my show. We're just going to talk about D23, the good, the bad, the ugly. First, I'm going to go over and just talk about what I saw and what I think, and then we'll talk about the good and the bad and the ugly of the convention. So, if that sounds really good to you, let's get started. So, for those who don't know me, I started this YouTube channel about a year and a half ago, and I decided to make it about theme parks, cruising, and dining. Well, for the most part, I've just been spending a lot of time in the theme parks, Disney per se, exactly. But I also have some cruising content out there and starting to go live every Thursday, which has been a lot of fun. Hang out with you guys and go through the park, and it's a really honor that I can be in the park like that. So, I have about 30 videos, and I recently have gotten some success that I was able to get 2,000 subscribers. And I'm not quite at the monetization level yet because my watch time hours are not there, but we are well on our way. And I just want to thank you guys. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do so and choose the bell notification so you'll know when I go live. Also, anytime you're watching my videos, especially if you do like the video, please give it a like. Helps me out, helps YouTube suggesting my video to others. And the more my video is watched, the more videos I can make. So let's get into it. So most of you know that last night was the D23 parks side of the um, Expo or the convention. And there's no surprise that a lot of really big time things came out of that. I was really excited to hear all the projects going on, and I just really want to say, because Disney had their quarter earnings call previous week, and their stock kind of went down a good bit. I know that revenue and operating costs is starting to rise for them a good bit, and then you go into the parks a lot, and there's a lot of broken down rides, and I'd like to see that improve as well. But first things first, let's talk about the Magic Kingdom. Let's hear what came out of D23 on that day on the Magic Kingdom. And let's go with it. So this is what we expected. We expected them to announce more about the Pirates Tavern, and we heard speculations about building a land behind Big Thunder, an extension of Adventureland. And that is exactly what we heard. They announced Pirates Tavern should be ready by next year, I believe. Someone in the chat, you can definitely let me know if that is not correct. But I think Pirates Tavern is coming. And then really super exciting is Cars Land. They announced Cars Land as an extension of Adventureland, and they revealed one of the rides being kind of an off-road kind of race. And then there's also going to be a second ride, but we don't really know what it is. They said it was going to be more kid-friendly, and they said it'd be something the whole family could ride. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about Cars Land because I've never been to DCA out in California, but so many people say that is the best part about Disney's California Adventure is Cars Land. So I'm really excited to wait a couple more years and see what it's going to be like here at the Magic Kingdom. But that's not even the biggest news or the best news. The craziest and most imaginative thing is, Disney was thinking about building a villains theme park. They talked about it for a while, but for some reason the project got scrapped. And then we also heard a lot about Disney building a fifth theme park. And, that's what we really want. But to be honest with you, there's a lot of land around the other parks. And once you build those rides, it increases the capacity for the park. It wouldn't seem quite as busy. Trine did a really good thing because I feel like the Magic Kingdom was always really packed until Trine came and kind of lightened that load up a little bit. So they announced that they are going to build a new theme park, a new land, and they didn't really say where, and they didn't really include much information, but they said it's coming to the Magic Kingdom. Um, and on the graphic, I saw Hook, I saw Maleficent, and I saw Cruella de Vil. So who knows what will happen about that? But I think for the most part, I am way more excited about that than anything else that was announced, especially at the Magic Kingdom. But yeah, so I believe that really awesome big things are coming, which might kind of create a slowness for the parks for the next couple of years because everybody's going to want to hold off until the new kingdoms come. And I certainly don't blame them because if you're traveling here and you're not going to be back here for a while, then you really need to make it happen. Um, so I'd come when everything's going. And of course, you guys know Epic Universe is coming next year. And I was actually talking with a friend today, and I was thinking that, like, that is going to be really cool because Disney's not going to lose out because Universal's doing some weird stuff to where if you buy a package, you can only do 1 day in Epic Universe. And that's going to open up people wanting to go to the other parks in Disney. But yeah, so without further ado, let's talk about Animal Kingdom. So we also know that Tilt-A-Whirl was taken out before the pandemic. It closed down, and they finally removed it after the pandemic and cleaned up Dinoland USA. And Dinoland USA is looking kind of crazy these days. Not really much going on. I think the carnival little theme they have, it just doesn't. It's just kind of weird because everything is kind of nature based and like natural landscapes. But then you go over to Dinoland USA and everything just looks bright and crazy, and the theme is definitely did not age well. But they're going to have some kind of new Latin America land there, and they announced an Indiana Jones ride, which is going to be really cool. And I'm assuming that they're going to retheme or redesign uh, Dinosaur, which I don't know if you've ridden Dinosaur, but that's like a free trip to the chiropractor. It's not, it's really dark, and and I can imagine it's kind of scary for children, but who knows? And then this is probably my most exciting thing about this park is they're going to build an Encanto themed ride. And it looks like, I feel like it's going to be kind of a theme like the Haunted Mansion, where everything is surrounded by the Encanto house. And I'd really love to see what they do with the queue line and just how amazing they make that. But I'm really excited for this Encanto ride. I don't know much about it, and none of us do as well. But um, yeah, so that's going to be really cool. It may take a little load off of Avatar Flight of Passage because that ride can get up to like 130 minutes pretty easily. But not a huge amount at Animal Kingdom, but they are putting in a whole new land, which is cool. Um, and next, I'm going to get into Epcot. As y'all know, the Epcot just went a insane amount of transformation, and we've gotten 2 rides in the last few years. We got Ratatouille Adventure, and then we got uh, Guardians of the Galaxy, which Guardians of the Galaxy is the absolute best ride at any park as far as I'm concerned. Definitely love riding that. But there didn't not really much came from Epcot, but it was really cool that they did some Epcot themed songs, and you just saw one image and it looked like the view from Spaceship Earth, and there's a bar and tavern. So from what I'm seeing, there's going to be a Spaceship Earth tavern, which Epcot is definitely my favorite park, and it's going to be really awesome to see everybody come in next week, or not next week, but in a couple weeks. Food and Wine Festival starting, and I'm going to take you guys along with me every single Thursday. We're going to go to the Food and Wine Festival, and we're going to try out different dishes. We're going to walk around, check out the entertainment, and we're going to see what's new around the park. And I invite you to join me every Thursday at 6 p.m. starting August 29th. So yeah, not much going on at Epcot, which Epcot has been through a lot so far. You know, we still got Test Track and its renovation, and I know everybody wants that Figment. Definitely needs to be next. But what confuses me, and I'm not quite sure because I just kind of watched the videos earlier, is they talked about a Coco ride, and we all know that it would theme very well in Mexico, in the Mexico Pavilion, to replace Grand Fiesta Tour. I don't want them to do that because I love Grand Fiesta Tour, but it's very, very, um, it could definitely happen in Mexico and Epcot. I don't know a lot about where they were talking about a Coco ride, but they did announce the Coco ride. Oh wait, I think the Coco ride was California Adventure. Never mind, but it would go very good in Epcot. And you guys can drop a line off in the chat if y'all want to say anything or say hello or because I'm not half the Disney expert that most of you guys are. I just really love uh, coming out and streaming and doing the channel and all that. But and so yeah, and of course Disneyland has Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I think it went across the screen that it's open in November, and I really want to see the differences because I love Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I love the music. You really got to ride the ride before you start judging it because I know there's a lot of Splash Mountain lovers out there. We all know Splash Mountain's a good ride, but in reality, we have Tiana's Bayou Adventure now, and it's a really good ride. So I think you guys should definitely check it out. And then another really, really super exciting thing is the fact that Hollywood Studios is going to get a new land as well. Hollywood Studios is going to get a Monsters Inc. land. Of course, we don't know much about where they're going to put it or how they're going to do it, but we did see the under suspended coaster, and it's kind of like an omnimover, but like a coaster looking thing. It looked really cool. I'm really interested to see what comes out of that, and I was wondering if they were going to theme Rock and Roller Coaster to go with that, but we'll have to see in the future. Um, Not much traffic going along on the stream. Anybody's on, just give me a like, please. And if anybody wants to talk and discuss anything about the D23, it is definitely your time to drop something in the chat. Hope you guys like my studio here. Been working all weekend to try to get it set up. And I do want to make a few announcements. This week on Thursday, I will be doing a live stream from Disney Springs. I'm going to take you to some of my favorite places, food, drink. I'll take you to see the Legos. We're going to go see the Halloween stuff at the World of Disney once again. And then we're going to check out the drone show. And most of you know that I used to be a cast member at Disney Springs. Well, I was third party, but get into that later. And so, Disney Springs is kind of like my home park or my home Disney area. And I just want to take you guys through, and we're just gonna have a blast, and we're gonna see how it is. And then 2 weeks from now, the following stream, we're gonna come back here, and I'm gonna have a guest speaker, my friend Nick from Nick Travel with Nick and Shannon. I'm gonna introduce him to you guys. We're gonna talk about who he is and what he does, and how he can book vacations at Disney or Universal or many other places. I'm just going to let him introduce himself and, talk about the different things that he can do. And then, second half of the show, we're going to do like a preview of the Food and Wine Festival. And I'm really going to try to gather a lot of ideas from the audience and try to see, like, what is the most important for the channel. So, how we can beef up the channel and see a lot of things, because I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you guys want to see at the Food and Wine Festival. And of course, We will watch Luminous many of times, and we're just gonna check out everything. There's gonna be some concerts there. I may or may not stream those. I haven't decided yet because they will. Sometimes YouTube will like suspend the channel. I mean, suspend the stream if if there's some copyright stuff going on. So I just got to be careful with copyrights, and got to talk to some other creators and kind of see how this works. And but there's the Eat to the Beat concert series. There's all these food booths going up. The last time I was there, I was seeing some of the signs go up, and I'm not going to be on stream until 6 p.m. So the rope drop atmosphere to the merchandise, I'm not going to be able to do that with you guys. But we are going to stop in there and check out the merchandise and see. I may even buy another Food and Wine shirt because I certainly love the one I got last year. So yeah, certainly, certainly, certainly. Well, I don't have any messages in the chat. Um, I want to get into the good and the bad and ugly of everything. So the good is obviously you heard all these new exciting things happening in the parks and coming. And one thing I did not mention, which is probably my favorite thing, is the nighttime electric parade sometime next year at the Magic Kingdom. That's going to be insanely amazing, and I'm going to try to be there the first time that it happens. Um, but the good is we got new lands coming. We got this new electric parade at night coming, and like, so let's get into the bad. For one thing, I feel like the attendance of the parks is going to be a little bit low, and people might think that that's a good thing. But when there's less attendance, then attractions seem to close early. There just isn't much excitement. Some of the offerings may not be there, so we need to have quite a bit of people in the parks for Disney to want to budget for that. So, and the big bad is we're gonna have to wait 2 years for this. 2 years for any of it. So it's gonna be a while. Um, the good thing, Josh and Mario said that everything has already been planned and there's construction like already being broken and everything going on. So there we go with it. So the bad. Let's see the bad. Like I know we were hoping to them to announce a fifth theme park because there's been a lot of news between Disney and the state of Florida. And the one thing I'll get into is the part where they somehow came to some agreements and they wanted to build another theme park here at Walt Disney World Resort. So I was hoping that some of those things that was announced would be part of that project. But I mean, we got some really good stuff, and I guess, but I won't really dwell off into that. But Disney has been known to announce a lot of projects and give us like the crazy good look of how they pitch it to us. And then when it actually gets built, if it gets built, then it's really bare. Think about Communicore Hall at Epcot. It was supposed to have like a second level and way more nature and more things going on. And we kind of got the plain edition. And it took like 5 years for that to happen. And so for Disney to be ambitious and talk about these things happening so soon, but we usually get things in a very long time, and then we don't ever get the project that they announce. So there's the bad. So, um, and then the ugly. The ugly is, I guess the prices will be going up because the more demand of the parks and the more things going on, we're going to certainly have a lot of price increases here. once these things get established. And my big thing is like, if we're building all these new attractions in an existing park, how's parking going to be? Um, I think we both know the Animal Kingdom would be fine, but Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom, I think they have. I mean, I just think parking is going to be really crazy because if you're going to bring all these people in, hopefully they're not all at the same time. We're going to roll these out gradually, but anyway, D23 was really good, and I certainly am really excited about all the projects coming up, and hope you guys will join me on my Thursday night adventures. And if you haven't checked out my video for my review and experience of Port Orleans Riverside, it is down in my channel, so certainly check that out. And I hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching.